a book which Prabhuji has written, Taking Shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam. Please do so. It's Bhagavatam Mahatmya. And before starting your Bhagavad reading or whatever, and then you read this one first. And those people who don't have a set of Bhagavatam in their house, it's like having Krishna in your house. You know, even when you don't read it, having Bhagavatam is Krishna in your house, the vibrations are amazing. So there's a special month of Bhadra where you actually purchase Bhagavatam set and you get the boon. It says that in the 12th canto that when you buy it and then you put it on golden throne and do puja of it, you get blessed by Krishna like that. So that month is coming. There's also Adhik Mas, extra month this year. So in Adhik Mas, whatever you do, the result multiplies by 1,000 times. So please tell Anuragi, and you can put a deposit saying, and then she'll purchase the sets. And at the manor, they're selling for 175, and we'll give the same price. We'll match it, price match it. And then you can have your set like that. And we are planning to actually, because now you heard the overview, we're planning to actually go through the cantos even in this temple, so we get familiar with different personalities in there. So next time when Prabhuji comes, whenever they talk about anybody, they say, I know about them, you know. So wonderful. Those are good news. Tomorrow is Sunday program, starts at 4:30, and it's been sponsored by Naval Prabhu for his daughter's birthday, Radhe, she's called Radhe, isn't it? And first birthday. So please do come. And there'll be cake as well and a feast like that. And it's a wonderful opportunity. And I'm really, really proud. Different people are sponsoring the Sunday feasts. And it's nice to feed the Vaishnavas. It's wonderful. You know, people talk about feeding the poor and hungry and whatever. That's good, but you got to keep on feeding them then. Yeah, we got food at home. But when you feed the Vaishnavas, Krishna is eating directly. And when Krishna is satisfied, you know, he blesses you like that. So I've learned, please feed those who are in mode of goodness and are committed to Krishna. When you do that, that's the best birthday you can have. Best wedding anniversary you can have, feeding the Vaishnavas like that. So thank you very much. Is there anything else to add with the Prabhu? You'll at the end thank him and do for him. Oh, mobile phones, can you switch them off? Yeah. And the children, don't be rushing in and out. And especially if you want somebody to go in and out, they should be sitting on this side and then go out. And the men can go through the door there. But I think we won't have that problem. So there you are, you're on your own now, Prabhuji, facing all these lovely people. Oh yeah, oh, it's your mic.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajsundar Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajsundar Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari यमुनातीरवनचारि जय राधा माधव कुञ्ज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुञ्ज बिहारी Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody. Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Radhe Sham, Jaya Radhe Sham, Jaya Radhe Sham, Jaya Radhe Sham. जय वृंदावन धाम, जय वृंदावन धाम, जय वृंदावन धाम, जय वृंदावन धाम। जय गिरि गोवर्धन, जय गिरि गोवर्धन, जय गिरि गोवर्धन, जय गिरि गोवर्धन। जय राधे, जय राधे, जय राधे, जय श्री राधे। जय राधे, जय राधे, जय राधे, जय श्री राधे। जय नित्य गौरचंद्र, जय नित्य गौरचंद्र, जय नित्य गौरचंद्र, जय नित्य गौरचंद्र। जय जय प्रभुपाद, 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय जय गुरुदेव, 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 जय जय गुरुदेव। थैंक यू सो मच। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयत्मुदीरयेत्। नश्च प्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। जन्मादियस्य यतन्वयादितरतश्चार्तेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदयादि कवये मूयन्ति यत् सूरया। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। धर्माप्रोजितकैतवत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापोत्रयन्मूलनं। श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परिरीश्वरः सद्यो हृदयवृद्ध अत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तक्षणात्। निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं। मुहुरवो रसिका भुवि भावुका ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये नीलाचलनिवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राय श्रीजगन्नाथाय ते नमः नित्यानन्दम् अहं नौमि सर्वानन्दकरं परं हरिनामामृतं देवम् अवधूताशिरोमणिम् आनन्दलीलामयविग्रहाय हेमाम्बदिव्यछविसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसाप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्ण भक्तरूपास्वरूपकं भक्तावतारभक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे everybody raise your hands yeah? hare krishna krishna hare 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 ram 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 Hare Krishna. थोड़ा तो सेंटर में ले लो इसको बोतल नहीं ये थोड़ा बड़ा कर लीजिए इसका हाँ यहाँ तक आना चाहिए थोड़ा सा So I want to sincerely thank all of you for enthusiastically coming for all the 6-7 days and encouraging the speaker because if you are not present then how will we get encouragement? So you get all the credit for this initiative and especially our both divine leaders of this yatra. So my sincere prayers to Gaurnitai is that may this yatra flourish in 10 bounds, 100 bounds, in whatever fraction. And my prayers is that may this all of you, all the devotees, may Srimad Bhagavatam become your life and soul. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself used to hear Bhagavatam. So he is Krishna, but he is a form of devotee. So he understands your problems and also he understands how to encourage you very much. So may Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nityananda Prabhu shower all the blessings on all this yatra and may there be all auspiciousness throughout. So let us begin with 11th and 12th canto. I am not keeping well. While I was speaking also in that seminar, my heartbeats were, my blood pressure is high actually at the moment. But what we'll do is very briefly we'll discuss the 11th and the 12th canto and try to complete this offering to our Vaishnava Acharyas and the Srimad Bhagavatam. So when we heard about the 10th canto of Bhagavatam and in the 11th canto there is a description about the curse upon the Yadu dynasty. Lord Krishna's biggest problem was not killing all the asuras, the people who are on the path of adharma. His biggest problem was about his own family, the Yadu dynasty. What should we do with them? Because Krishna was concerned that the Yadu dynasty is the most powerful. And till they are there, they will keep on ruling the world. And Lord Krishna wanted that everything should, before he goes, the Yadu dynasty should wind up. So Lord Krishna arranged for a situation where the Brahmanas cursed the sons or the family members. Once the boys, all the boys, young boys, they were all they went in disguise as ladies, and they went to meet the sadhus. And one of them said, "Oh Sadhuji, please tell if there is going to be a boy or there is going to be a girl." And the sadhu said, "There is neither going to be a boy, there is neither going to be a girl, there is going to be a musali." You know what is musali? A bat-like thing, a very strong, by which people use for fighting amongst each other. And that is going to be on. So they removed, they removed the sari, and they saw actually there was a very strong musali. And sadhu said, "This is going to destroy your entire dynasty." So they went and they informed to Lord Krishna and everybody that this curse has occurred. And Lord Krishna kept silent. Meri ichha se to hua hai. It is, otherwise who can curse the Yadavas? Who can curse Krishna's own family? So the Yadav dynasty, so Lord Krishna indicated to them that we have to now plan. We should all go to Prabhasa Kshetra. And Prabhasa Kshetra, we should render some services by which we can, like charity and so many different things by which we can overcome this. It's very difficult to overcome the curse of a sadhu, but at least we should do our best to what we can do. So there is an incident. Narad Muni comes to meet Vasudevji. Now Vasudevji is the son, Vasudevji is Krishna's father. But Narad Muni tells him that your son is also Supreme Lord, so you should, if you want to get liberated. Vasudevji asked him that, how can I get liberated? Vasudevji was already liberated, what liberation he wants? But still out of humility he was asking, on behalf of all of us he was asking, Narad Muni was answering them. So in that, Narad Muni explains to them about the Nava-Yogendras. You remember Rishabhadev, in 5th canto we discussed about Rishabhadev. So Rishabhavji, he had 100 sons, right? One of them was Bharat Maharaj, right? So then the 9 of them became pure Vaishnavas. Another 9 of them, they became Kshatriyas. And yes, 81 becomes the Smartha Brahmanas. So like that, the whole 100 sons were engaged. So there is very important description about the Nava-Yogendras, discussion Nava-Yogendras and Maharaj Nimi. And Maharaj Nimi inquires about Bhagavad Dharma. And these Nava-Yogendras, they explain very nicely about what is Bhagavad Dharma. We need to understand one thing, that who can understand Bhagavad Dharma Tattva? Who can understand Srimad Bhagavatam? I wish to focus on these aspects also today. Who can understand Srimad Bhagavatam? So only person who is nirmatsar, only person who is non-envious can understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Person who is envious, he cannot understand Srimad Bhagavatam, cannot reveal itself to that person. We need to understand that Srimad Bhagavatam is just not a book. It is Krishna in the form of a book. Krishna is incarnated in the form of a book. So it is a live literature. It is not like a book, which books we buy in the market. No, it is not like that. Srimad Bhagavatam is person. Like Krishna came in the form of Kurma, Varaha and other avatars, Krishna has come in the form of a book. Right? So Krishna is person, it can reciprocate with you if you want. But there are some criteria. Veda Vyas has put criteria. Dharma projita kaita vatra paramo nirmatsaranam satam He's saying that this Bhagavatam is completely free from Kaitava Dharma. But who can understand this Bhagavatam? One who is nirmatsar, non-envy. And how to deal with envy is a big question. So there are three simple things I am telling you, which Narad Muni told to Dhruva Maharaj. Narad Muni told, Guna Adhikan Mudam Likset Anukroshan Guna Dhamat Maitri Samanat Anvishchena Na Tapar Abhibhuyate. Narad Muni gave 3 secrets of life to all of us. When you see Guna Adhikan, when you see somebody who is superior to you in knowledge, in Krishna consciousness, is advanced, accept him joyfully in our life. When you see somebody who is inferior to you, right? Guna Dikan Mudam Lipsad Anukroshan Guna Adhamat. When somebody is Guna Adhamat, means lower in Gun, then go and encourage him and bring him to the platform where you are in. Then third thing he explains is Maitrim Samanat. You should have friendship with equals. Very important thing. Our dealings, how our Hare Krishna devotees, they should know how to deal with others. Because our Krishna consciousness does not mean just chanting Hare Krishna, worshipping deity and all. It means how we deal with other devotees. What is our consciousness? So when Narad Muni is explaining, is saying that what is our situation when we see somebody who is superior to us? We become envious of him. Are isko kya pata hai? And we don't understand that the ability and quality which he has is given to him by Krishna. So one has to joyfully accept that person so that we are free from envy. Then what happens? Then when we see somebody who is inferior to us, we try to suppress him, we try to compress him, we try to create troubles for him because we might think that he might become advanced, he may become more advanced than us. So then we try to, so instead of doing that, we should try to help him and help him come to the platform of where you are in. And when we meet equals, we try to glorify ourselves. Instead of that, we should be true friends. So this is the way by which we can deal with this problem of envy. And if this is sorted, then the Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam will be, if you study Bhagavatam, hear Bhagavatam, you will understand Bhagavatam. Just by reading Bhagavatam, one cannot academically, by your intellectual capacity, one cannot understand Bhagavatam. One who says, I know Bhagavatam, never knows Bhagavatam. Forget about knowing. Krishna that Bhagavatam will never be revealed to him. So we have to be very, very careful of how we are approaching Srimad Bhagavatam. So this Bhagavad Dharma principles, these are explained in detail by the Navayogendras to Nimi Maharaj. I am not going in those details today. I am leaving it up to you to study. Okay. So then after Narada concludes his teaching to Vasudeva, what happens? Lord Krishna, he has been all the great demigods and everybody, they come to meet Lord Krishna. Brahma and all the devatas, they come to see Lord Krishna. And they request Lord Krishna that now, my dear Lord, your time is up. You shall wind up the pastimes now. And then what happens? After getting the message indications from devatas, Lord Krishna calls all his Dwarkavasis, all the ministers and all. And then he indicates to them that its time has come that we plan to leave Dwarka because Dwarka is going to get submerged in the ocean. So it's better that all of us will leave Dwarka and start for Prabhas Kshetra. And so the whole Yadu dynasty retires for Prabhas. But before that, while Krishna declared that we all have to go, Uddhava came there to meet Lord Krishna in confidence. And all alone, when Krishna was all alone, and there he requests Lord Krishna, please do not go, my Lord. And he said, no, I have to go. Because Kali Yuga is going to come. It is going to show its effect. It's his time now, so I have to go. So Uddhava requests, pleads Lord Krishna, do not go. And that time, then the Lord said, I have to go, but I will devise a solution. And that solution is that I'll come in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. Sutta Goswami says, Krishna swadhama pagade dharma jnana divisaha kalo nashtamrasha desha puranarko adunoditaha. When Krishna left for the planet, he appeared in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. So this Srimad Bhagavatam which we were discussing in a summarized overview format. But all of you should study scrutinizingly, you should study it nicely, chapter by chapter, subject by subject, you should keep on studying this subject matter. Then Lord Krishna and Uddhava, they had a discussion. And just like Krishna gave the Srimad Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna on the middle of the battlefield, Lord Krishna here, before departing here, Krishna and Uddhava were having discussion. And 23 chapters they are discussing about, like Uddhav Gita. There was a Geet. Krishna's teachings to Arjuna is called as Bhagavad Gita. And Krishna's teaching to Uddhavji is called as Uddhav Gita. So that is filled with the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. I'm not going into details, there are 31 chapters there. So around 23 chapters are about Uddhav Gita. And then there is a mention of another personality, like what was his name? I forgot. One who meets Dattatreya. What was his name? One second. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Maharaj Yadu. Yes. There is an instruction. The Maharaj Yadu. We know Maharaj Yadu. Yayati Maharaj's son, Maharaj Yadu. So there is a description in the 11th canto itself, in that discussion between Uddhavji and Krishna. Lord Krishna describes how Yadu Maharaj, one of the sons of Yayati, he met a Brahmana. Who was that Brahmana? Dattatreya Rishi. Many of you don't know who is that, but that Rishi, our Acharya says Dattatreya, who was incarnation, Lord's incarnation only. So there was a discussion between both of them. And he asked that how come you are, because Dattatreya Muni, he was living like a python, depending completely on the mercy of the Supreme Lord. That is a stage of a Paramhamsa. Completely depending on the Supreme Lord's mercy. Ajgar kya karta hai? How is python, what does it do? It allows the animals to come near it and then it grabs it. So he was like that. And there was, in that conversation, our Yadu Maharaj was narrated by Dattatreya Muni about 24 different kinds of guru. How Dattatreya Muni took lessons of life, about lessons of Krishna consciousness from 24 different gurus. Who are those 24 gurus? They are the like the bees, the honey bees, and so many different kinds, the deer, the prostitute Pingla, and so many different personalities. So there are 24 different kinds of guru, and he takes shelter of, he takes inspiration, he takes lessons from their life. So for us also, all the Vaishnavas are guru for us. We should understand. Because right from the day we started our Krishna conscious life, imagine that, remember that day when we started our Krishna conscious journey, somebody gave us a bead bag, somebody gave us a book to read, somebody explained, and since that time every day, every month, every year, there has been some contribution by so many different Vaishnavas in our life. So all those Vaishnavas are guru to us. Right? So all the Vaishnavas are guru. Amongst them Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru are there. So all the Vaishnavas need to be respected. This is, by doing this, you will have Nirmat Saranam Satam. Every Vaishnava, everyone is teaching us something. So we should be so respectful to them. Then Lord Krishna and Uddhava, they discussed on so many subject matters. He discussed about the detachment from the material, the detachment from the material world, the symptoms of the conditioned and the liberated living entities, Nitya Baddha Jiva, Nitya Mukta Jivas. eternally liberated souls and eternally conditioned souls. We are eternally conditioned souls. And Krishna's associates are eternally liberated souls. And there are also sadhus who come because of the will of the Lord, they come to this material world for preaching the science of Krishna consciousness. And so some of them are also eternally liberated souls. So all this discussion went on, Lord Krishna's opulence, Lord Krishna's description about Varnashram system, the perfection of spiritual life, then pure devotional service, and Lord Krishna's explanation about the enumeration of the elements of the material creation, and then the Sankhya philosophy, 3 modes of material nature, and so many such topics were discussed. And then, after all this discussion, this happened in Dwarka actually. There is a confusion among many senior devotees also, that they get confused about the discussion which happened here and again at Prabhasa Kshetra. So Lord Krishna, after having this discussion, Lord Krishna told Uddhava, please take sannyas and go to Badrika Ashram, Badrinath. Okay? And then Uddhava left for Badrika Ashram, and all the associates of the Lord, including the Lord himself, they all departed for Prabhasa Kshetra. And then there was a fight and everything, and the Yadu dynasty disappeared. They fighted amongst each other. That musali, it was made into a powder. It was thrown in the ocean, but one of the bigger part was swallowed by fish, and the powder part that it all came onto the shore. It got mixed with the sand, and it became a bamboo tree. It all became converted into bamboo tree. And then the time came, the Yadavas reached there, and they took each of the bamboo trees, and they were fighting with each other, and they all departed to their abode, to the Lord's abode. And then Lord Balram also, he also departed. And when Lord Balram departed, then Lord Krishna also said, yes, now for me also to depart. So Lord Krishna sat under a banyan tree. He was sitting under a banyan tree, and at that time Maitreya Rishi came there. Uddhavji could not bear separation from Krishna, so he took sannyas, but he thought that let me go and take darshan of Lord Krishna again. We don't know when we will be able to see Krishna again. So Uddhava, he from Badrika Ashram, he came to Prabhasa Kshetra again. And then he met Lord Krishna there again. And there was another discussion there. So Uddhav Gita was discussed in Dwarka, and there was another discussion there where Maitreji was also there. And so after that discussion, Lord Krishna was shot by an arrow by Jara, by a person named Jara. And then by mistakenly he shot Lord Krishna by an arrow at his toes. Nobody dies of a toes. When that arrow hit the toes of the Lord, that he came and begged forgiveness from the Lord. But Lord said, no, this is not what I wanted that. I want to bewilder people, so I wanted that. So the plane came from the Vaikuntha, and he took that. That is Krishna. You hit Krishna with an arrow, and Krishna sends you to Vaikuntha. So imagine if when you are performing our devotional service to the Lord, where will we not get a place? People who come to kill him like Putana, people who shot an arrow to him, they get a place in Vaikuntha. So what to say about those devotees who are practicing Krishna consciousness all the time? Will all of us not get delivered? Definitely get delivered. Just keep faith, and with faith and devotion practice Krishna consciousness, and results will come. Okay? The results will come. And then after Krishna's departure, in the 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there are degraded dynasties of Kali Yuga is mentioned. The symptoms of Kali Yuga are mentioned. Then the cry of Mother Earth is mentioned as Bhumi Gita. And then after Shukdev Goswami gives the 4 categories of universal annihilation, there are 4 kinds of universal destructions which takes place. And after that discussion, Shukdev Goswami gives final instructions to Maharaj Parikshit. Maharaj Parikshit is hearing just like we are hearing. So Maharaj Parikshit was also hearing they were hearing actually. So Parikshit heard this whole Bhagavatam. And you remember Parikshit was cursed to die on the 7th day. So today was the 7th day. And Shukadeva Goswami completed the narration of Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj felt very blissful. He folded his hands, offered obeisances to his Guru, Shukadeva Goswami, and requested him, Anujanehi mam brahman vasam yashyami adokshaje muktakama shayam cheta praveshya visrajami asun. He's saying, Gurudev, by your causeless mercy, I have received this Bhagavatam, because of which my existence is purified, and now I am able to fix my mind unto the lotus feet of Lord Adokshaja. O Gurudev, please shower your causeless mercy on me and allow me permission so that I can quit my body. Remember, dear devotees, he was cursed to die of snake bird's bite, but here Parikshit Maharaj, because of the mercy of his Guru Shukadeva Goswami, because of the mercy of Srimad Bhagavatam, he was in a position that he could give up his own body. And Gurudev Shukadeva Goswami said, Tathastu. Parikshit Maharaj fixed his mind unto the lotus feet of Lord Adokshaj. And he was thinking always of Krishna. He gave up his body. Maharaj Parikshit ki, Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki. And what was remained there was only the dead body of Parikshit. And then Takshak did come, but Takshak came and burned the dead body of Parikshit. Before that, by the mercy of the Lord, he attained he was already in Vaikuntha Loka. He already left the planet. So this is the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. And then there is a description about Puranic literatures. So many different types of Puranas are there. In Srimad Bhagavatam, all the description is mentioned in the 12th canto, 7th chapter. Then Markandeya Rishi's prayer to Narnarayan Rishi, and how Markandeya Rishi wanted to see Maya. Markandeya Rishi was a person who never saw Maya in his life. So when he got the presence of the Lord, he said, I want to see your Maya. And then what happened? Markandeya Rishi was sitting in the ashram, and suddenly the cosmic annihilation began there. And Markandeya Rishi was floating in this cosmic annihilation for thousands of years. And then he saw a little boy who was floating on a leaf, and the little boy was putting his toe in his mouth. It was Krishna. And just Markandeya Rishi saw that, and the whole thing went inside the body of Lord, that little baby Krishna. And then that little baby Krishna, he swallowed everything. And then Markandeya Rishi was able to see that he got bewildered. But when he opened his eyes, he was still in the ashram. So all this annihilation was actually created by the will of the Lord to show Markandeya Rishi. And then Lord Shiva and Uma, he glorifies Markandeya Rishi and his glories. And then there is a description of the summary description of this entire Srimad Bhagavatam is there in the 12th canto, 11th chapter. And then there is a glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we need to understand what is the characteristics of Bhagavatam. So the characteristics of Srimad Bhagavatam and characteristics of Lord Sri Krishna are the same. Okay? So what is the characteristics of Srimad Bhagavatam? It is eternity, knowledge and bliss. Sat Chit Ananda. Same is the characteristics of Srimad Bhagavatam. And what is Srimad Bhagavatam? We shall also know that whatever Shukadeva Goswami spoke to Maharaj Parikshit, that is definitely Srimad Bhagavatam. But one should also know whatever transcendental sweet words which comes from the mouths of those who are attracted to Krishna. I repeat, whatever transcendental sweet words come from the mouths of those whose hearts are attached to Krishna, that is also Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay? And there are 4 kinds of Bhagavatam Seva. Satvik Bhagavata Seva, Tamsik Bhagavata Seva, Rajasik Bhagavata Seva, Nirguna Bhagavat Seva. But all these sevas are related to Bhagavatam, and they all attend, although they are Tamasik, Rajasik, but they all help one attain perfection. Okay? So, thank you so much. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. So, I'd like to take some questions, and also I want to know what was your take away. I want to request you, there is no need to glorify the speaker. That's what he wants. He's asking all of you, what inspired you the most? Which topic from Srimad Bhagavatam? Like, Yayati Maharaj heard about Amrish Maharaj and his life transformed. So which was that particular incident from the Bhagavatam which transformed your heart? That's what I want to know. Hare Krishna. Mataji is there. Mataji is there. She wants to.
Hare Krishna. Hello. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
And thank you for all the knowledge that you departed throughout the 7 days. So one of the incidences which inspired me was about Parikshit Maharaj, where we discussed that time is very powerful. So we should never play with the time. So whatever you have to go empty-handed. So you should feel blessed about whatever you have, and you should never be having pride about it. So I think that essence of time is something which inspired me. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other devotees who want to share their...
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thanks for the wonderful session. What inspired me most was the bravery of Parikshit Maharaj. He has been told he will be passing away on the 7th day. It's not like he's being told he'll be married on the 7th day or something. How that heart, I'm going to die in 7 days, 7 days, 7 days. But he never felt that at all. And he was so brave till the last minute. And he was able to, walk across as if he's going to a party or something like that. He gave up his life actually. So that inspired me most.
Thank you so much. So, 2 Maharaj Parikshit fans. I'm also the fan of Parikshit Maharaj. I also get a lot of inspiration from Parikshit Maharaj's life. Especially this curse was given to him. And before the curse could act, perfected his life and went back. And curse tali baja raha hai. I mean, the curse could not act. He just perfected his life. That should be the way. You can say. Well, you can share. Come on, devotees, share.
Just one doubt.
Doubt?
Yes.
After hearing the whole
One
Bhagavad-
question rather.
Question?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you can kindly answer that.
If I don't have capacity to answer your questions, I heard you are very learned, so I have no qualification. But I will try.
No, we have all been told that, this is like a jail and, we have been punished and all that we
Yes.
heard. Now, the thing is, whenever somebody goes to jail, he knows why he is going.
Yes.
And it is an opportunity to correct himself.
Yes.
When I am in this jail, I don't know why I have come. And I don't know the opportunity, what I should do to correct myself. Now, the reference is, here we have 2 cases of Bharat Maharaj and Gajendra. Both of them remembered their previous birth and it helped them.
Yeah.
So they were able to face it, and Bharat Maharaj became Jada Bharat and he was not
Gajendra.
responding. Yeah, he was not.
Gajendra.
So he was able to do that, and Gajendra remembered the slokas and all. He got mukti. But in our case, I think most of us don't remember the last birth and how we are going to correct ourselves. How do you know what I did wrong in my previous birth to correct myself? There's no opportunity.
So, yes. So, they had some arrangement that they could remember their past life. We have the arrangement that we are not able to we should not remember our horrible past life. And we should, because whatever if we remember also or we don't remember also, we have to do the same thing. That is attending the Supreme Lord's lotus feet. So instead of trying to understand why I am in jail, that I am in jail now, so let me get out. Okay, so that effort needs to put in that direction. And mota moti, we can understand what could have happened, because by hearing scriptures, by hearing all these great personalities, we can easily estimate that we also might have done something terribly wrong. That's why we are here. Otherwise, we couldn't have been here. Why would Mother Earth want to have the burden of ours? So definitely there is something which from our side, because of which we are here. So best is now, instead of trying to investigate that, let's put our efforts and energy into getting out of the jail. Okay, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Can I give an example?
Yes, definitely.
You know, when you're in the car and you have a goal that I want to go to London, you don't keep looking in the rear mirror. You look in the front like that. So make a goal and go towards it.
The other way of saying is, don't dwell on the past, look to the future.
Yes.
What I really enjoyed was Krishna Leelas. Because you are speaking to us, so you can't see, but up there are different Krishna Leelas. So while you are speaking, we could focus on those particular Leelas, and that was magical. You know, the description from yourself, and then to focus on the Leela which is up there. That was beautiful.
Hare Krishna.
And I just wish there was more of it. It was like a speed reading this time. Speed. I guess we can slow down next time.
Definitely. Any other realizations from the devotees? Yes, there is.
Come on, Puja.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I think probably Prahlad's presence in this world made a huge difference in terms of how truth needs to be perceived and how it needs to be stick on, no matter what, who is against you, whether it's your parents or your wife or whoever it is. Never leave Krishna.
Yes, yes. Yeah, everybody was, the whole, Prahlad's situation was that the whole world, they took shelter of Hiranyakashipu, and they are all afraid of speaking about Krishna. And here is a boy, Prahlad, who boldly and fearlessly, he was challenging the greatest demon of all times. And he was boldly on his face, he was speaking to him. That's how fearlessly we should preach the science of Krishna consciousness. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for giving us such a huge knowledge. Realization. Throughout all 7 days, I realized if you surrender to God, and if you love God, Lord Krishna through your heart, you will get everything in your life. And main thing is you have to surrender. That's what I realized during this whole
Who was
class.
the personality who inspired you the most? Which personality?
Prahlad Maharaj.
Okay.
Yeah.
And?
Dhruv Maharaj.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Thank you.
But yeah, still I have so many questions. But yeah, that is my realization actually. Surrender to God, and then
Thank you so much.
You will achieve everything.
Thank you so much. Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So, my realization is about Maharaj Bali. He was sent to Sutalok, and before that, he actually denied listening to his guru. I mean, I really learned this thing that if your guru is not guiding you towards Krishna, he's not a real guru. Because there are many, as such in India, we have heard that there are many fake gurus as well. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Shukracharya was not a fake guru.
Yeah,
What actually happened after that when that thing was sorted, Lord Krishna told Shukracharya ji that, sir, start the yajna. complete this yajna, so that Bali, I can properly establish Bali as Indra in the next millennium. And then Shukracharya said, sir, what is the use? Now then the whole reason why we are performing the yajna is for your pleasure. And you have personally come. And all the faults which are there he said that, all the faults which are there in the yajna, they all get completed by chanting of your holy names. So by simply chanting of the holy names of the Lord, all the faults are completely removed from all kinds of processes. So that's why in such process also the holy name was chanted. And then Shukracharya was actually a very special personality.
Yeah.
He knew about the Lord's glories, he knew the principles of devotional service and everything. It was just that, he was also playing the part of
in the Leela.
Of the pastimes.
This one devotee said very nicely, he says actually Vamandev didn't take everything away from him. But because his guru cursed him, that you're not listening to me, everything will go from his lordship. So okay, I'll fulfill his desire. So he fulfilled Shukracharya's desire.
It's a good way.
That's a very good point.
It's a very good point.
Yeah, because he cursed him. Vaman didn't say, oh, I'll take that away. He just said, give me 3 steps. But he realized, this Vishnu here is going to take everything. So he cursed him because he didn't listen to him. And because he cursed, okay, so be it. So then 1, 2, 3, took it away. And then that's what I'm saying, he's not fake guru. Shukracharya, we should respect him.
Yeah, and one thing I didn't understand, you also mentioned that there is more opulence in Sutal-loka than compared to. So what is the
reason is the below planets are more opulent than the upper planets. Upper planets are tapasvis, lot of tapasvis are there, but lower planets, it's all lot of sense enjoyment is there, and that's why a lot of opulence is there in the lower planetary systems.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. And with the demigods, they fight each other for opulence. There's competition. But where Bali Maharaj, there's no competition. Nobody threatens him or anything. It's all peaceful.
Once Ravana, it is said that once Ravana came there to meet Bali and to so Vamandev kicked him, and Ravana went and fell in Lanka. Yeah.
But then also, everyone thinks of we'll go to, those who are not in Krishna consciousness, they feel like, we'll go to higher planets like heaven and all.
Yeah.
So nobody says that we'll go to Sutala. If they are more opulent.
Because this all occupied by demonic people. People in this world also, it is not that only devotees have, there are devotees who have a lot of wealth, but there are more wealthies with the demons. The people of demonic mentality, they are very wealthy in this world. So we should understand that is replicated even here as well.
And it's only nice because Bali Maharaj is there. If Bali Maharaj wasn't there, it won't be that nice. And Bali Maharaj said that the demigods are very proud and envious of each other. We demons might be called demons, but we're very humble because we know we're wrong. So we are humble. Whereas the demigods think they are perfect and they're proud. He says, so we can surrender to the Lord easy, but the demigods, it's very hard for them to surrender.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. It was so nice to have your association here. My realization was like the Leelas of Ambrish Maharaj and Bhakta Sudama. They were both at the 2 extremes of the material world. Like Ambrish Maharaj had many or all opulences, you could say, while Bhakta Sudama didn't have any. But both of their Leelas teach us, whether we be at any extreme or in the middle, we should always surrender to the Lordship and keep faith at any point, and He will come to us. He will make us realize that He is with us and He stays with us, no matter what our position is.
Thank you.
Hare
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, my realization was the example you have given 2 kind of devotees. One is Prahlad Maharaj, who don't want any desire, and other hand is who don't have any desire and want to submit to the Lord, everything. And second is Sudamaji, I think who has a desire, wanted to be the situation as a beggar, and so that he won't connect with the material sense enjoyment. So
So what do you want to what do you want to follow? Prahlad Maharaj or Sudama?
Yeah. So, pretty amazing presentation. The bits I really liked was King Chitraketu bits. So that was very, very nice. And I love the Dadichi stuff in there. That was brilliant.
Which ones?
Dadichi.
Dadichi,
The version is very, very entertaining. And I think Lord Krishna's pastimes, when you put ages on there, that was amazing. Because we didn't realize so many of the demons he killed when he's like 3 years old or 2 years old. We were thinking Krishna's more fully grown, so you can imagine him. But to think of a 2 or 3 year old killing Bakasur or something is fantastic. So it really helped us focus our meditation. When we meditate on the Lord, we can think of him at the right age. But that's it. It's very, very nice.
That can you share with everyone?
That's lovely. That.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Amazing descriptions basically, and I was just saying that the pastime starts with surrender to Lord, surrender to Lord, surrender to Lord. And when you're surrendered, then you're beyond everything. And at the end, the pastimes of the Gokumaras with Krishna was really amazing when he actually snatched the sweet out of his friend's mouth when he said that sweet is there. So that is a kind of relationship one can have, 5 relationships that one can have with the Lord. And if you go around and ask anyone basically, some of them don't surrender because they understand that they don't understand this relationship. And what happens is that, oh, if I have to actually approach Lord, then I have to lose my identity and I have to surrender, I have to bow down to someone which I don't want to. But the principle is much higher than that, to have relationship with Lord, to have that bhav. The process is surrender, but to achieve Krishna is much higher than that.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. The bit that I enjoyed the most, like Vidhu Prabhuji said, Bal Leelas, canto, 10th canto. I enjoyed that most. What I took from there, in my frame of reference, when I thought about Lord Rama, Ramacharitra Anukarani, so you follow what the character of Ram, does throughout the life lordship, how he did. But Sri Krishna, you can't follow. Stuff that he's done when he was like, 7 days old or, all of that stuff. But I took a lot from there, from the Bal Leelas. The Sakhya Bhav, how his lordship is actually, when he is, although he's almighty, and, but when he is with his Sakhas, how he is actually, behaving. He is teaching us how we should be doing that in life as well. So that's my take from it.
Thank you so much.
Okay, one more, and then, it's getting late and...
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The main takeaway for me is somebody asked you, you were saying, what is the application of Bhagavatam? The application of Bhagavatam is hearing the Bhagavatam. Hear again and again. That's my takeaway, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Yeah, round of applause. Okay, there's one question Pooja had about the relevance of Bhagavatam. She can relate to Bhagavad Gita, but not Bhagavatam. And I was thinking, what you're meaning? What she is saying is, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Bhagavad Gita has got philosophy and Karma Yoga and all that, and this is there forever. Yeah, it doesn't matter which age you are. But Bhagavatam has got stories which are ancient, right? Yogis and expansions and mysticism and everything. We're in the modern times with iPhones, flights, holidays and everything. How do we relate all the stories to our present life? Because Bhagavad Gita is just philosophy, so that you can do. But all the Leela which happened, how do we relate to it? And I was just thinking, is that your question? That this whole Bhagavatam is full of fantastic story. How do we apply it to our life? If I got that, just see Kardama Muni, what did he create? A flying island. And he went all over the universe. Our planes only go from here to Delhi or Beijing or Australia. Look at his advancement, how fast. He was able to, have 9 daughters simultaneously. All these mystic people were doing more than what the scientists are doing now, and they all surrendered to Krishna. Doesn't matter technologically or how modern you become, in the end they all surrendered to Krishna. That's the application of Bhagavatam. He's telling you all the fantastic powers everybody had, but they all surrendered to Bal Krishna. Like Brahmaji came, he is our grandfather. He created the second Visarga. Even he said to Krishna, others can claim that they understand you. I'm declaring, I do not understand you. So we should take from there that this Bhagavatam tells that doesn't matter which age you are, where you are, because there's also in 12th canto, it talks about what's going to happen in the future. It's all covered. And at the end it says, you should do kirtan, glorify Lord, which means forget all that, just glorify the Lord and relate to Him. Doesn't matter what age it is, you have to surrender to Krishna. And you can start now. Whether you are this, that and the other, relate to Krishna. And that's why Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Sadhu association, which you got this week, and hearing the Bhagavatam, Hari Katha. These 3 things is fast track. Very quickly you realize, I love Krishna. It'll happen very shortly in this life. And Prabhupada has guaranteed, in this lifetime, you'll be able to face Krishna face to face. That's promised by Srila Prabhupada, yes. Yeah. Is the green button there? Green.
Hello, yeah. When you want to grow spiritually and you want to realize Krishna and you want to grow more in Krishna consciousness, how will you know that you are progressing? What symptoms will you get?
Can I answer?
Yeah. As you can pass it to you. Yeah.
So, more and more eagerness we have for hearing about Krishna. More and more eagerness we have for chanting about Krishna's name and His activities. So that is the measurement way. That is the way to measure. The more we are eager, more we are attracted, then that means things are this is what our acharyas they mention about identifying what is our stage. There is a grantha called Madhurya Kadambini. In that Madhurya Kadambini, Prabhuji can explain in detail, but all the different levels of Krishna consciousness up to prema. How one can go from Shraddha, Adav Shraddha, Sadhu Sang, and then from Bhajan Kriya, then Anartha Nivritti, and then gradually from different stages, one attains the stage of prema. So everything is very nicely described by our acharyas. And how to get from one stage to another also is described. So one should read those scriptures also. Prabhuji can add a bit.
Also, I just the other day, somebody was speaking, they said, don't think in the year 1 you get initiated. Second year, Anartha Nivritti. Third year, Nishta. 4th year, Sneha. 5th year, Prem. It doesn't happen like that. It's not about year or timing. It is how deep you're getting in the relationship with Krishna, sincerely. And that's why chanting purifies your heart. It makes the ground fertile. And then Katha is like food for that Bhakti Lata beach. And you've got to get initiated as well. Without initiation is Sukriti. You're doing good. So you'll be born as a good person next life. But in order to go back to Godhead, you've got to be initiated, right? And that Bhakti Lata beach then needs care and watering and everything. And you will realize yourself, every day you get up, you're loving Krishna more and more and more. At the end, you'll be crying like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did, who's the Supreme Lord. He's rubbing his face against the wall saying, where is my Krishna? Where is my Krishna? You feel the separation more rather than, yeah, I saw Krishna the other day. Yeah, he was carrying his flute and he's wearing this. No, not like that. You'll never say, I saw Krishna, because I want to see Krishna. You start to cry because the love increases like anything. It's like rabdi. When they first make rabdi, it's all milk. And they keep on the heat like that. They keep stirring it. In the end, it becomes dense like that. That's called rabdi. You'll see the same way. Your life will actually be condensed like that. You'll be Krishna consciousness. Thank you. Jai.
So we
Okay.
have certificates.
Okay, thank you. And tomorrow is a program, so you can ask more questions then, and we'll do that. Right. All those wonderful devotees who've been here, and Vidhu, you come here, because you just hand them out.
Yeah.
We'll do the admin, and you just hand it over. You put the names on. You already got the names there? Okay, all right. Leave that one at the end. Okay, so whenever they come to get the certificate, I want you to give them a big round of applause. We'll have a picture as well. And
Yes.
you can afterwards give your donations and everything like that, which you should, and do encourage to do it. And we'll give something from the temple as well, yeah? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, right. I'll get that confirmed. All right, here we go.
After a long time, we've been seeing Sue.
Sue, please, if you come over.
I'll stand up.
Jai. Right. Is he? Oh, no. Ishani.
Okay, the families are a bit separate, but here is Satya and Intiteksha. Satya and Intiteksha. Yes, call the children in, please.
Yeah, call the children. Okay, all the children should have come.
And Pranava. Pranava,
the whole family. Pranava, come. Let him. Yeah, Arnab, come in. There you are. They all got degrees, now they'll get a job.
So it's Dolly and Arnav.
Dolly and Arnav. Oh, there's Arnav. Suraj as well.
We're not going to find him.
We'll find him later on.
Okay.
Rutuj. Yes. Abhinath for asking all those awkward questions. Dion, yeah. Give him a big round of applause. Yeah, he attended all of them. Alan as well, please come. And he's wearing a Tulsi Kantimala as well. He got it this week, yeah. Prem Prakash Prabhu. Prem Prakash gets it for watching the television. Yeah, Radha for playing Mardanga.
Rohit, Anand.
Hey, Rohit.
You have a few.
Yeah, Rohit.
And our two pujaris.
Vibhu Gaur and Sachin Nandan. Yes. Oh, Vibhu Gaur. Yeah. Wow. Okay, Jai.
Gaurav,
Gaurav.
Suraj is here. Dolly, Suraj is here. Okay, this is for Suraj. Gaurav Mahajan.
Oh, yeah.
There must be then. Okay, I have to just, this is out of order. Prakash Kumar. Who's Shanti? That's you?
Shanti.
This is you? Oh, that's you. Sorry. And Priyanjali. Okay, that's the family.
Oh, yes.
Excellent. Okay, and Akash Prabhu. Arun Bag from Leamington, yes? Shravan Kumar and Shraddha Devi. Kalyan Prabhu. And Chaitanya Prabhu.
Kalyan and Chaitanya for having a haircut, which is yeah, all the sharp.
There's some cloning going on here. I'm worried about this cloning. Okay. Okay. Avishi Bag and Pushpanjali Bag. Then Janki and Pooja.
Ram Lakshman Janki. Pooja for asking awkward questions. Asking questions.
Nilam Pankania. Nilam. Rimzim Mahajan and Ruhani. Rimzim Ruhani is a girl. Yeah. Sahit.
Wow.
Gaurav Mahajan. Good too. Okay. You never twin, do you? Okay. Rajiv Lochan Bharadwaj. I prefer Sonu, it's easier to say. Kamlesh Bharadwaj. Oh. Is that it? That can't be his name.
Okay. Should have put a Manji.
Is it? Order of harassment, maybe. No, in the back of harassment.
If you have not received your certificates, contact Mataji.
Yeah.
There's
some left here.
They're all the temple managers.
Okay, we can bring it. So.
Okay. Appreciation for Prabhuji, but also for Guru Sevak Prabhu for working so hard with Prabhuji. Really appreciate it. And I think it's the beginning of great things to come in this yatra. And of course, behind a great soul is a great partner, Anuragi Devi Dasi. Shakti, the Shakti behind Guru Sevak.
Careful, there's Shakti over there.
Yeah. And the Guru, okay. And then
On the top.
from the top, Haridas Prabhu and Prem Manjari Devi Dasi. Two stalwart devotees of this yatra.
Stalling all the time.
And dare I say foundation members of this yatra.
That. And you. Yeah. Okay, who's next?
Vidurani Devidasi and Sarana, somebody attached. Somebody attached.
Shy to say.
Somebody attached to.
I think we need to give Prabhuji a trophy.
Yeah. And from the temple, we give him this book. Can you autograph it, please?
Good one.
Okay, if anybody hasn't got that book, please do get it. You know, it's £10 a copy like that. So what I'm going to do now is, if you can, how do we do? Do a little kirtan? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Prabhuji will sit here. You can actually give him. Oh yeah, yeah. First of all, let's have a picture with you in the middle.
Yeah, let's all take a picture.
Okay, if you come in the middle. I like to not have back to our deities. We've done it before though. At an angle. It's part of the family, all right. Okay, all the Matajis on this side, all the Brother Shri on this side.
Group photograph, please.
Yeah, group photograph. Yeah, I bring your certificate, yeah. Ajao. All the tall people at the back, all the short ones, sit down. Sit down. Some of you sit down. Yeah. You can come in the front. Where are we going to take it? Who's taking the shot? You are? Yeah. Whose camera is that?
It's mine.
It's yours, is it?
Don't hold across your face.
Yeah, don't hold across your face. Okay, everybody. When I say 1, 2, 3, what are you going to say? Ghee. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Ghee. Okay. Again. 1, 2, 3. Ghee. Because cheese is English. This is Bhagavatam. Ghee. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, mozzarella.
No. Sri Ram. Itna slow? Yeah, stay where you are, like that. And with a smile on your face. Okay, that was it. Round of applause for the cameraman. Wow. No, pan. Yeah. Okay, so if you got donations and all that, while we're doing Kirtan, you can give it to Prabhuji. Jai Ho. Jai Sri. Anji? What's that? Oh, wow, amazing. That was good. You know, I mean,
Yeah, I was thinking
Gurusela.
There's a phone holder from JLR. They can just keep it for whenever you're using it. You were just for Tuesday, they didn't know that we were.
You attended 5 sessions or 6?
Post school.